Namaste, Officer Scorpios, and welcome to the SUPERScope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm a modern mystic and a soul biographer. I'm here to help you put the pieces of your story together and, more frankly, help you to put the steps in the right order. I believe that everyone is a perfect harmony of a certain step in life, 12 steps to prosperity. And in those 12 steps to prosperity, Scorpio is actually the invisible first step. I protect, also known as step 0. And so I believe in step 0, and I believe in the step zeros because the step zeros are my heroes. They're the ones that draw an invisible boundary around things and keep us safe and protected. And that's what you do for yourself and you do for your life. And in everyone in their life, they must employ step 0 before step 1. I protect myself. Now, where are the step zeros? Well, Scorpios and Scorpio risings are focused on their attitude this month. They're working on a new attitude. And this is an attitude that assumes things are fine, an attitude that assumes you are happy, an attitude that assumes you will not get screwed. I know, kind of impossible to think, isn't it? Well, not by the end of this week. It's time to decide and subscribe to a new attitude that will get you in life, through life, and into your own utopia. And you've come to a place now where you're going to have to fake it till you make it. And you know where you draw lines is hell or high water. So it's really basically time to draw intellectual lines around your happiness and enforce everyone not a part of that circle out of it. All right? So the Scorpios are drawing the lines. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes that fell around your birthday period and stayed on the ground all the way through the holiday. So Scorpios are in that reinvention with Saturn in the first house, and this is the moment where you decide you are reborn, so therefore you are, right? But let's go into that decision and what it means. First of all, you're working on the I think state of awareness. So this is the step 5. You're making new step 5 decisions. That's your thoughts, your thinking, your activity, your comparison, how you, your message, your tone. For those who are messengers, this is your message. This is you as a messenger. So Scorpios and Scorpio risings, if you have been thinking about being a messenger, now you are deciding you are one. In this week, you will decide and commit to an attitude, to a tone, and to a message. And the rest of your being must follow this, must, because that is the way it is, because it is so, says you, right? So looking at the week, in the beginning, you're very private, maybe even vulnerable. On Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, emotions are focused on the inside, and they're focused on where you can trust and not trust. What you're contemplating is a quantum shift in your thinking, a quantum decision to take on an attitude no matter what, and let the attitude lead you instead of the attitude hold you back. Because Scorpios and Scorpio rising have done nothing but hold themselves back since I've known them, and the world has burned you plenty. I'm not saying you don't have the evidence, but I'm also saying you don't get out of the same thing all humans have to go through, which is to forgive and forget. So this is really a decision to forgive and forget on the inside, a decision to let down all of your hatchets, a decision to let down all your wars, a decision to say intellectually, you're giving yourself a clean slate, therefore the world all gets pardoned this time. This time. Now that said, through Wednesday and Thursday, you want to respond according to this new philosophy and test out the waters. I wouldn't tell anyone this is what you're deciding or contemplating, but I would definitely test out the waters and listen to your higher self. The moon in Cancer will go full, and you'll find yourself in a bit of a debate between your emotional philosophy and your actual attitude. You may have an emotional philosophy that rescues your mind. You may have emotional philosophies that tear your mind down. And so the Scorpio and Scorpio risings have got to release the philosophies that beat down the attitude. You want to be able to have the right attitude. And so your beliefs that you're attached to, these beliefs might have kept you alive in a war, but they don't apply to a future utopia. Now that said, the week ends with a decision and a commitment to an attitude. And for those of you who are messengers, this may be a commitment to an actual job, a place on camera, an actual role as a messenger, an actual titleship. So you might actually be committing to some sort of job or legacy because the moon will be in Leo at the time. And so during Friday and Saturday, you are feeling really like on top of your career and on top of your legacy. And strangely enough, it's the legacy career that I think helps the Scorpios and Scorpio risings feel like they can make a decision on a new attitude. So this week is about discovering a new attitude, deciding on the new attitude, committing on the new attitude, and going on the new attitude. That's what this week is about for the for the Sun in Capricorn when you're a Scorpio. Now let's take a look at the PLUR effect, which is the peace, the love, the unity, and the respect, and how they're maintained in your life over the week. Forgive me, as you can tell, I'm losing my voice, which is one of the reasons why the scopes are like trying to get their plur going. When it comes to peace, well, I think with Scorpios, I have a friend who's a Scorpio. I mean, I have some very close Scorpios in my life, and one of them told me about like when she's overwhelmed with detail, everyone just gets this like, this is like calm face, and they're a little worried about that. Well, I think that's how Scorpios manage when they're overwhelmed, as they go to kind of flatline their mode and go to some sort of gray space where one leg is in each side, one leg is that they could kill you, one leg is they don't want to kill you, and they just stay in that innerverse, that kind of stance. Well, I think in the world, that's what you show us too. So I think the peace level is the same. This kind of Indian stance. Let's do it again. All right, so for the love, I think Scorpios are really doing the same thing. I don't think Scorpios have allowed them. Your mind and your attitude has not allowed you to fall in love with yourself too much. So I think with the inner love, you're also at this stance of, I think outer world, you're kind of got us all guessing. So your love quotient in the outer world is you're pensive. People don't know if they're in good grace with you. People don't know if you like them or not right now. That might be your strategy. I'm telling you, that's what it feels like. Unity on the inside, I think that Scorpio unity is great and superb. I think your integrity is at like 99. But whether or not you've carried it out in your life is another thing. I think, whoops, sorry about that. That's unity. So if you carry it out in your life, well, I think in the outer world, we're perceiving you as having strong integrity and even stronger unity than you probably realize or consider for yourself. That's because you're a bit of a harder judge on those aspects. When it comes to self-respect, I think the Scorpios are at a high level of self-respect right now. The universe is high, so you're feeling the self-respect. The Saturn is helping you there. As soon as you have the new attitude, you're going to feel super self-respectful inside. And the outerverse is definitely respecting Scorpios right now. I think everyone respects you anyways because you pack a weapon. But on top of that, you know, that we could all get stung, I think that the respect level is high for Scorpios, which means really, you know, whatever you do to rise up from whatever you fell from in your birthday period, this will raise your self-respect and raise your outer respect twofold. So don't sweat that one. Now, I do want to say that I am going to not be doing personal readings to the general public as of March 1st. So if you've wanted a reading with me, this is the time. I'm not going to cry wolf on this. I have some great opportunities ahead of me, and I'm going to be shifting the way I draw in Soul Capital. But I will be here for the horoscopes. That is my legacy. But if you'd like a reading right now, you can get an hour for $99 and a 30-minute follow-up anytime this year that I will honor, even though I won't be selling new readings. So check it out at soulmart.me if it's something your heart wants. And if you are a lady or a woman or a princess or a girl, you can try a free week of GA Venus. Now, this is a new service that we've invented. I say we as in a team of women and a team of light here to do two things. It's a consumer protection agency, so we help you with your consumer issues. And secondly, we empower you spiritually. So if you want a free week of this and to see what it's like, come to gavenus.com and you'll get a free week on me. It's my little present to the ladies. And lastly, I want to invite you down to soulmart.me because all of my content from Soul Garden has moved to Soulmart. All my TV series, everything. This is because Soulmart is turning into a nonprofit, and I'm donating a lot of my work to this nonprofit, and I am encouraging the whole world to help us out. Soulmart has a mission of helping everyone around it, and so if you'd like to watch any of my horoscopes or anything, it's all free at soulmart.me now, not soulgarden.tv. So that is my gift to the world, and there's more of that to come. There's so much to talk about. I don't want to take your time, but remember, it's about a new attitude, my friend. It's about putting a boundary around a new attitude. You decide this week that life is good, and then you enforce it like a stubborn Scorpio that you are. And if you do that for 40 days, I think life will be. Check it out. Prove me wrong. All right, that's all I have for this 7 days, but I'll be back in 7 more to talk about nothing with you. Until then, live, love, be.